I took the phone out of my pocket and tapped the icon.
Hello?
Kurisu's expression was as self-satisfied as ever.
こんな時間にどうかした?
いや、なんとなく話がしたくなって。
Wait a second. No, this is not where I was. Hold on. This is not where I was. Shoot. What? Was that where I was? We just got done with the Maho scene. Oh, fuck. Did I not save? No. I saved. Yeah, I just clicked the wrong save file. Oops. Yeah, I just remembered. I'm like, no, this is not where we are. We just got called by Maho. Sorry about that. Here we go. I asked Moeka Kiryu. As I took the paper she offered me silently. She contacted Daru just 10 minutes ago and told him she was on her way to the lab. And she'd arrive right at the time she said she would. She must have been very close when she'd contacted him. What was she going to do if no one was here?
報告書.
Evidently, it was a report about her investigation thus far. The stack of papers was shaking a little in my hands. I still felt some unease when Moeka was in my presence. Maybe it was just because of the anxiety meds I had taken right after she said she was coming. But I was still doing a lot better than yesterday.
どう?おじさん.
This is a very interesting, CG.
やっぱり、そう簡単に見つかるもんじゃないな。
そう。
She must have been expecting something, at least a little. There was an obvious tone of disappointment in her voice.
かがり、どこで何してるんだろう?
With no way to answer her, I just silently flipped through the pages of the report.
どうしたんオカリン? なんか有力な手がかりでもあったん?
いや、そういうわけじゃないんだが。
見せて。
I handed the report over to Suzuha without complaint. I pointed to the part that interested me with my finger.
調査の中で一つ興味深い事実が浮かび上がった。この 1,2 ヶ月の間で椎名かがりという名の女性を探している人物が私たち以外にも存在するらしいということ。どういうこと?読んだままの通り。
Which meant my phone started ringing before I could finish the thought. I think we have to click it. Yeah, we have to pick up the call. Yeah, we have to pick it. Normally, I just ignore her and call back later, but...
悪い。ちょっといいか?
For some reason, I had to answer. That's what it felt like.
もしもし?
もしもし岡部さん、私、ひな嬢です。
She sounded on the verge of panic. My voice naturally rose to match hers.
どうした?ひや嬢さん。
今、あなたのラボのすぐ近くまで。
Immediately afterward, I heard what sounded like a struggle, and then something hitting something else.
ひや嬢さん?ひや嬢さん?どうした?
And then, there was only silence. Call complete.
オカリン?何かあったん?
From the tone of her voice, it was obvious something bad had happened.
知り合いが誰かに襲われてる!
マジ?知り合いって誰?
But I didn't stay to answer his question. I grabbed the nearest thing that could serve as a weapon and ran out of the lab. She said she was close to the lab. If she was coming from the station and had chosen a route that not many people would go down, she was probably the alley directly in front of the lab. I saw someone there. They were tall and slender, and I could see a tiny silhouette struggling behind them. That was... I knew it. The only girl I knew that size was Maho. She kinda looks like a cat. Someone had grabbed her, and she was trying desperately to escape. The person who was holding her turned in surprise at my voice. It was only then that I realized it was a woman, and that she wasn't Japanese.
Okabe-san?
Oi! Hiyajo-san wo hanase!
Did she not understand me? No. But she should have been able to guess what I was getting at.
その子を離せ
I tried to strike a threatening pose with a weapon in my hand. I finally realized that what I'd brought was the Sila Lume saber. Still, it would serve as a bluff.
もう一度言うぞその子を
違うの、岡部さん。
え
It wasn't? It wasn't like what?
Oh!
Suspicious woman. The woman let go of Maho and smiled. She walked toward me with her arms wide open.
Are you Maho's boyfriend?
Oh no! Perfect first line.
はあちょ
Before I could ask what was going on, she'd wrapped her hands around my back and given me a firm hug.
だから違うって言ってるのに。
I had no idea what the hell was going on, but the two soft objects pressed into my chest kept me from moving.
それじゃあこの人はヒヤジョウさんの知り合いなのか
ごめんなさい。私が早とちりしたせいで。I'm Judy Reyes. Pleasure meeting you, Mr. Okabe.
Oh, here we go. The woman named Judy Reyes offered me her hand. Her broad smile like the sun itself.
Nice to meet you.
日本語でいいわよ。え、教授って日本語喋れたんですか？ええ、実はね。知らなかった。でもどうして？女も私くらいの年になるといろいろあるのよ。
Her mischievous wink looked pretty good on her.
それじゃあ改めて。ジュディレイエスよ。よろしくね。
I returned her handshake.
岡部倫太郎です。
レイエス教授は今度日本で開かれる AI 関係の学会に出席するために来日したんですって。
教授っていうことはビクトル・コンドリア大学の
サイコフィシオロジーを研究してるわ。
サイコフィ
精神生理学のことよ。つまり脳の活動によってもたらされる心の働きとか心の病気なんかについての研究をされているの。そういう意味では私たちの研究よりもずっと人の役に立つ研究をされていると言っていいかもしれないわね。そんなことないわ。あなたたちのアマデウスだってこれからの発展次第では十分に役に立つ技術になるわよ。そう言っていただけると嬉しいです。
In short, Dr. Reyes had happened to see Maho on the streets of Akihabara and had decided to surprise her by grabbing her from behind.
でもレイエス教授も人が悪いですよ。駅からつけてくるなんて。つける？マホ？私が？ええ、 後ろをついてきてましたよね、ずっと。
そんなことしてないわ。私はさっきそこのショップでたまたま魔法を見つけたからちょっと驚かそうと思っただけよ。
Maho had only just relaxed when Dr. Reyes' answer drained her face of its color.
ヒアジョーさん、つけられていたのか？
ええ、確かにそう感じたんだけど。
レイエス教授、誰か怪しい人物を見かけたりは？
Dr. Reyes denied it with that unique shrug that foreigners always do. I looked back over the alley, but of course, I didn't see anyone. Wait, do you mean... Is that the shrug you were mentioning? This? I think that's what he's mentioning, this shrug.
じゃあ、私の勘違いだったのかしら。
きっとそうだわ。だって日本は世界一治安のいい国でしょ。
Was it?
魔法はこの後どうするの？
私は。
Reyes seemed to sense something in Maho's silence.
なるほど、そういうこと。それじゃあ私は行くわね。ウィンタルもそのうちゆっくり話しましょう。バイ。
She gave me a meaningful wink as she left. The station was in the opposite direction. Should I have said something? I got a strange sense that she was feeling me out, but it seemed like a waste of time to resist.
というわけで、彼女がヒアジョーさんだ。ほら、前にセミナーで会ったって話したことがあっただろ。
お騒がせしてごめんなさい。
I ended up taking Maho back to the lab, where everyone was waiting for my return. Suza had actually gone out once to look for me, but evidently by the time I was already gone. I'm gonna reread that line, I'm sorry. Suza had actually gone out once to look for me, but evidently by that time I was already gone.
ま、でも何事もなくてよかった。
After I gave an introduction and an explanation, everyone let out a sigh of relief. Maho seemed to want to ask a lot of questions about the lab, but I had something I had to finish first.
すまん、どこまで話したんだったか？
他にもカガリタンを探してる人間がいるって話。
そう、それだ。それは本当なんですか、桐生さん。
本当。
I looked back down at Moeka's report, where she'd written all the details. She'd even hired a private investigator to check it out, which meant that it was probably true.
それが鈴葉という可能性はないんだろうか。
それは私も考えた。でも探していたのは男の人、中には外国人も。
Foreigners? Why would they be looking for Kagari?
こっちでかがりと関わりがあるのは私だけだ。それなのに一体誰が。
Could it be CERN? Maybe CERN realized that she was from the future and had gone looking for her? But if that was the case, then Moeka would have to know about it. Nah, the Rounders were all given their orders individually, so it would make sense if she didn't know what the others were up to.
椎名かがりはこっちに来てもう12年にもなる。その間知り合いができたとしてもおかしいことじゃないな。
つうか、むしろ誰かの世話にならないと生きていけないっしょ。
That's true.
つまりこの報告からわかるのは、椎名かがりを知る何者かがここ最近何らかの理由から彼女を探しているということと、少なくとも最近まで 椎名係が生きていたっていうことだ。
あ、そっか。
Unless they could travel through time like Suzuha, if they were looking for her, that meant they'd known where she was until she disappeared. If people had started looking for her in the last few months, that meant she'd been alive until then. There was nothing else to be learned from Moeka's reports.
どうする？
引き続き調査をお願いできますか？
If people were looking for Kagari in Akihabara, that meant she might still be here.
わかった。
Moeka took her payment for the work she'd done so far and left the lab. Daru had paid the bill. It seemed that when his future daughter was at stake, he was willing to spend money.
人を探しているの？
Maho had been looking around the lab with interest.
はちょっと知人をな。
What's this text message from? Mayuri! Hey, Ocarine! What time are you getting home today? Huh? Something going on? I shouldn't be that late. I won't be coming home today. What? Wait, okay, before we do anything, let's save real quick. Let's save her. Where do I save? I'm gonna go ahead and begin the second pages of saves, just in case. Alright, let's go back. Nope, let's not do that. Alright, what do we reply to Mayuri? Huh, something going on? I shouldn't be that late. I won't be coming home tonight. That would mean we have to commit to not coming home that night. Huh, something going on? I shouldn't be that late. This is a tough decision. Alright, how do I fuck up this first playthrough the most? Let's do it! I won't be coming home tonight. This is ominous, but here we go. Ah! Okui's turned into a delinquent! I have not. The professor just asked me to help with some things. Oh, you scared me. Don't work too hard, okay? Mayuri! Hearts! Okay, that's cute. That is really cute. Think strange. It worried me that some of the people looking for Kagari Shina weren't Japanese. Even outside of CERN, there were people all over the world who would jump at the chance to learn more about the time machine. If they somehow learned that Kagari was from the future, that could mean she was caught up in some kind of trouble.
それじゃオカリン、そろそろ冷や上司のことを詳しく。
Did he say Kushk? Kushk? That's how you pronounce it? Or, okay. KWSK. Net slang shortening of Kuwashiku, or give me the details. Used when you want more information about something. Kushk. Or Kuwashiku. Ah, okay.
詳しくって言われても前に説明したぞ。
She was Dr. Leskinen's assistant. Both she and the professor had been very good to me. I was helping with their work a little. I told them all this before.
例えば冷や上司がこのラボのメンバーに加わってくれる的な超展開はありますか？
Super development. Oh, what does a super development mean? In a game, anime, novel, or etc. refers to something that happens which completely ignores the plot and foreshadowing that occurred up until then. The super development instead takes the story in a completely new direction. Similar to the phrase Deus ex machina, these completely unexpected plot developments leave viewers bewildered and struggling to keep up. Super development.
ないだろう。
じゃあせめて魔法タンと呼んでもいいですか？つうか呼ぶ！
マホタン？
あれ？名前間違ってた？
そうじゃなくて、その変な呼び方に引っかかったの。
でも魔法タンは魔法タンって感じじゃん。なあオカリン。
俺に振るな。
とにかくその呼び方はやめて。
だが断る。
He never changes, does he?
それでヒアジョーさん、今日はどうしてラボに？俺、ここのことは君に話したかな？
アマデウスに教えてもらったわ。今日は本来は話したいことがあったのだけれど、まあいいわ。噂のラボを見ることができたし、それになんだかあなたたちも大変みたいだから。
ひょっとしてあいつ怒ってたか？
ええ、とても怒ってたわ。連絡しても出ないって。
That's exactly what I expected. Yeah.
何それ何の話？
別に浮いた話じゃないからいちいち反応するなって。
岡部さん、やっぱり辛いの？だったらテスターやめてもらっても。
あ、いや、そういうわけじゃないんだ。ただ
I hated how I was starting to feel dependent on her.
また気が向いた時にでも話してあげて。あの子も寂しがってるわ。
わかった。
The word lonely made my heart ache a little. But even so, I still didn't talk to Kurisu that day. Oh, we're to the next day now? Huh. It's the day before Christmas Eve! The day before the party! Several days had passed since Moeka had given her report. I checked last night, and evidently there was nothing new to say. She had her deadlines for a magazine, she said, and couldn't spend a lot of time on it. That other group of people who were searching for a Kagari, Shina, concerned me, but I couldn't ask her to prioritize it over her own work.
マユシーはとっても残念なのです。
ん？もしかしてクリスマスパーティーの話か？
楓さんと吹雪ちゃん用ができちゃったって。
Interesting?
フェリスちゃんはお仕事で、ナエちゃんも店長さんと過ごすことになってて。
This is a lot different than the anime because they had the party in the anime.
ダルくんはユキさんと遊びに行くんだって。
What? Wait, when did this happen?
結構なことじゃないか。
I heard that Suza had gone through a lot of work to set that up. She was always complaining that Daru wasn't making his intentions clear with Yuki. From Suza's perspective, her own existence was at stake. Even if it was already fated to happen, something still might interrupt it. More than anything, she probably wanted to see her mom and dad getting along in this peaceful world. If something came out of this, it would probably make her feel better.
マイレもクリスマスは家で過ごした方がいいんじゃないのか？この前、おじさんがケーキを予約してたぞ。
お父さんに会ったの？
家の近くでばったりな。マユリをびっくりさせるために大きいのを予約するんだって張り切ってた。
そっか。じゃあその方がいいね。
あ、言っとくが、今のは聞かなかったことにしてくれ。せっかくのおじさんのサプライズだからな。
分かったよ。でもオカリンはどうするの？クリスマス。
特に予定はないかな。うちはもともとそういうことする家でもないし。
The guys at school were having a men-only drinking party, but I hadn't been invited. I kept telling them she wasn't, but they insisted on thinking that Mary was my girlfriend. Some of them had it out for me because of that.
確かサンタさんにプレゼントが欲しいって言ったら、朝枕元にお野菜が置いてあったんだよね。
No way! Oh my god! Was it eggplant?
どう見ても前の日の売れ残りのな。クレームをつけたら、うちはキリスト教じゃねえって逆ギレされた。
Honestly, I'm amazed I actually grew up alright. Well, if you could call how I ended up alright.
クリスマスが終わったら小見間があって、そしたらもうお正月。1年あっという間だね。
そうだな。
It hadn't flown by for me at all. I'd gone through the same span of days again and again. For me, the year had been unimaginably long.
そうだ。ねえオカリン、クリスマスパーティーはできないけど、お正月パーティーをするのはどうかな。みんなで初詣に行って、それからおせち料理を食べて、今年もよろしくって言って。
ああ、いいんじゃないか。
Oh! We're getting close, I think. If this is correct, we're getting close to it.
だよねだよね。じゃあ後でみんなに聞いてみるね。
Mayuri stood up to go.
さてと、マユシーはこれからお買い物に行ってきます。
買い物？
ふぶきちゃん用のコスでね、急に小物が必要になっちゃって。
そうか。気をつけて行ってこいよ。
そうだオカリン、ルカ君がね、オカリンに何か相談があるみたいなの。
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
あ、
That's right. Lukako had called me. After that, Moeka had come, and so much had happened that I'd forgotten. Knowing Lukako, since I told him I called him back, he'd probably been waiting for me this whole time.
わかった。こっちから連絡を取ってみる。
お願いね。じゃあ行ってきまーす。
Mary put on her coat, waved, and went out the door. Alright. I should get in touch with Lukako. Alright. I feel like we might need to save here. Yeah, I'm saving just in case. Nope. Alright, here we go. Let's get to Lukako. Call Lukako. Yes.
ルカ子のやつ出ないな。
Oh well. I'd have to send him a rhyme. I typed my message. Sorry, I forgot all about yesterday. And sent it. And then I waited a while for a response to come back. But there was no sign of him even reading the rhyme message. Was he busy with something? For a moment, I thought of going to the shrine to see, but if he was busy, I didn't want to bother him. He'd contact me when he had time. Just when I was thinking about that, I heard footsteps coming up the stairs outside the lab. It didn't sound like Daru. Daru's steps were a lot heavier. Susaha?
どうぞ。
Is it Susaha? Lukako! Lukako!
ルカ子。
よかった。岡部さん、ここにいてくれて。
It was Lukako, the boy I'd just been trying to get a hold of.
すまない。この前の件すっかり忘れてたんだ。それでさっき電話したんだが。
あ、本当だ。ごめんなさい。僕の方こそ気づかなくて。
He looked guilty, as if he'd done something wrong.
いや、別にいいよ。それより寒いだろ。入ってくれ。
あ、はい。
But he hesitated, seemingly distracted by something behind him.
岡部さん、相談の件なんですけど、実は、その前に会ってもらいたい人がいて、連れてきたんですけど、いいですか？
Oh no, here we go, here we go!
会ってもらいたい人？
Lukako moved slightly to the side, and a girl appeared behind him.
はじめまして。
What? Impossible. The girl there was...
クリス。
No, that's not Kurisu!
よろしくお願いします。
Oh, okay, you're not cutting it.
どうぞ。
I thought they were about to cut it, but no, they didn't. Here you go. But I don't like how they stopped the song, though.
ありがとうございます。
I offered her a cup of tea I poured out of a plastic bottle, and she thanked me in a voice that was almost impossible to hear. For my part, it was all I could do to keep the hand holding the cup from trembling. I took another good look at the girl sitting across from me.
似てる。
Not like Lukako. The girl in front of me looked just like Kurisu Makase. Her brown hair. Her brown hair, her slightly slanted eyes, her unconcerned expression. Right now, there was no sign of her strong-willed nature, but other than that, they were identical. When I first seen her, my heart felt like it was going to stop. But on closer inspection, some spots were different. Like, the size of her breast. Was she about our age? She looked older than Lukako. I knew Lukako had a sister. Could this be her? She had a quiet air about her that seemed similar to Lukako. But I thought I remembered hearing that Lukako's sister was actually quite cheerful.
岡部さん？
いや、それで、ルカ子は？
ルカ子？
ああ、失礼。俺はそう呼んでるんです。その、女の子みたいだから。
I just realized that it was a pretty rude nickname, but it was a habit now, and there was no changing it.
そうなんですね。
Her expression softened, just a little. She really did look just like her. I took a shallow breath and forced myself to relax.
で、ルカ子、この人は？
前に話したことがありましたよね。お父さんのお客さんが泊まってるって。
ああ、聞いたけど、それじゃあもしかして彼女が？
はい。
That was a surprise.
ルカ子の父親の知り合いというから、てっきりもっと年配の人かと思っていた。
違うんです。正確に言うと、お父さんの知人が連れてこられた方で。
おお。
So this wasn't the person who was talking about Harumi. That made me feel a little better.
それで、相談というのはこの人についてなんですけど。
その前に名前を教えてもらってもいいかな。いつまでもこの人じゃ話しにくいだろ。
Her face clouded. Did I say something wrong?
実は相談というのはそのことなんです。
Huh?
この人が誰なのかを知るにはどうしたらいいでしょうか。
It took a moment before I understood what he said.
待ってくれルカ子。それはどういう。
記憶喪失なんだそうです。
記憶喪失？
はい。
それじゃあ名前も？
はい。
どこの誰かの？
はい。
どうして？
わかりません。
Of course not. If she knew, she wouldn't have amnesia.
でもどうして俺に？
岡部さんなら記憶を取り戻すいい方法を知っているんじゃないかと思って。ほら、岡部さんよく人間の脳とか記憶とかすごく難しい話をたくさんしてたから。何でもいいんです。私が自分のことを取り戻せる方法があれば。
待ってくれ。確かにそういう話はしていたが、それはただ興味があるだけで専門的なことは何も。
I knew how the brain worked and how it was laid out. And I knew what amnesia was. But bringing back someone's memories was a different matter. Even the latest medical technology would be useless. Unless, of course, you had your memories stored on a system like Amadeus.
そうですか。
The girl was visibly disappointed.
だったら何か身元を調べることはできないでしょうか。カナさん、本当に辛そうで。
Kana.
カナさん？
仮の名前だからカナとルカさんのお父さんが名前がないと不便だからって。
ずいぶん安直だな。
Yeah. Was that okay?
いつまでも名乗る名前でないのだからそれくらいの方がいいと。
I couldn't tell if that was deep or not.
岡部さん、なんとかならないでしょうか。せめて名前だけでもわかれば。
なんとか力になってはやりたいが、やっぱり興信所なんかに頼んだ方がいいんじゃないのか。
興信所？探偵さんみたいなものですか？
ああ、でもそれだって何か手がかりのようなものがないと厳しいだろう。財布とかカバンとか持ってなかったのか？
そういったものは何も。
何も？別に大したものじゃなくてもいい。一つくらいありそうなものだけど。
一つだけ。ただこれが手がかりになるのかどうかは。
She slowly took out a handkerchief, as if it was something that was very important to her. Whatever was inside must have been the one thing she was carrying.
見せてもらっても？
はい。あれ、もしかしてお客さんかな。
Almost at the exact time Kana opened the handkerchief, I heard Mary's soft voice from the front hall. Evidently, she was back from shopping. Suza was behind her too. Oh, here we go! Now this is gonna get intense. Suzaha was behind her too. That was a rare combination. Had they run into each other on the way?
あ、まゆりちゃん。あー、ルカくん。ルカ兄さん、そちらの人は？うちに泊まっているお客さんで。
Kana bowed her head a little. For some reason, Mary gave a happy little sigh as she looked at the handkerchief in Kana's hands.
それウーパですよね。
Inside of the white handkerchief was a faded Upa keychain.
好きなんですか？マユシーもね、ウーパのこと大好きなのです。
もしかして手がかりというのはそれか？
It was an old Upa keychain. Was that really a clue?
でもこのウーパいつ頃のものかな。ずいぶん古いみたいだけど。
It really did, come to think of it. Upa was a character from the Rainet Kakeru anime. Rainet Kakeru. What is Rainet Kakeru? Kakeru. Now I'm saying that right. A very popular manga about the internet that appears in okay, hold on, I need to restart that. A very popular manga about the internet that appears in Roku comics. It also has an anime, presently in its 3rd season, that runs every Sunday at 9 a.m. on East TV stations. While the general atmosphere and character design of the show may make it look like it's for children, its unusually realistic themes make it a show that adults can enjoy as well. Rainet Kakeru Rainet Kakeru on no, is it Roko or Koro? What was it? Roko or Koro? Hold on. Roko, yeah, it was Roko. Yeah, it was on Roko Comics, and it's the manga Rainet Kakeru. Anyways, Upa products had only been around for a few years now, but the one I was looking at was very old.
これもともとは緑色だったんじゃないかな。だってこれ森の妖精さんバージョンだもん。
森の妖精さん？
この前やってた映画に出てきたんだ。あ、ほら、マユシーも持ってるんだけど、ここのところのデザインがちょっとだけ違うの。
I couldn't see any difference at all.
このキーホルダーね、なかなか売ってなくてずーっと探してたんだ。そしたらこの前ルカくんが見つけて買ってきてくれたのね。たまたまお店を覗いたら売ってたから。
しかし妙だな。この前の映画のグッズなら発売してすぐのはずだ。こんなに古くは。
Only then did I realize how pale Kana's face was.
大丈夫ですか？カナさん。
具合が悪いのか？
大丈夫。
Oh? Kana tried to stand up and almost fell forward. Lukako quickly grabbed her.
そうだ。何か冷たいものを。
I went to get a bottle of water out of the fridge when I noticed that Suzuha was staring at Kana in shock.
鈴葉？
そう。
え？
Strangely, Kana wasn't the only one who was shaking a little. Suzuha was too.
嘘。そのウーパー。
どうしたんだ、鈴葉？
私は知ってる。そのウーパー、それ。
おい、鈴葉。
Kana staggered a few steps towards Suzuha, and then a few steps more. It couldn't be. No, there was just no way.
もしかしてお前かがり
What?
お前はかがり椎名かがりなのか
Kana's eyes went wide. And she slowly collapsed to the floor. Achievement unlocked. A stray sheep. The orbital eclipse. Oh, here we go! Woo! That is a perfect place to end this episode of Steins Gate Zero. We are now on the next chapter. The orbital eclipse. Now, as apparent from what I've seen in the comment section, I'm apparently on a path that is different than the anime. Apparently. Apparently I'm on the path that's the most different from the anime, so I'm really excited to see where this goes, because, yeah. We are not having a Christmas party, and we met back up with Kagari before Christmas. I'm getting really excited to see where this goes. And also, another thing I'm getting super excited by is we might be getting to a shrine soon. And you know what happens when we get to the shrine, right? I cannot wait. You know, if this doesn't happen in this playthrough, the next one I'm gonna do is gonna involve getting to the Japanese shaman girl scene. I really want to see it in the game soon, so I'm really hoping I'm on the path, but I don't know if I am. If I'm not, well, that'll be after I get the ending for the current path I'm on. The way I'm playing is, I'm playing until I get my first ending blind, and then I'm gonna get some assistance from the internet for the rest of the endings. Some assistance, but no spoilers. I'll just learn what steps I need to do to get the ending, but I'm not gonna look at spoilers as I'm looking for those endings, because I wanna get them blind. That's what I'm gonna try doing. I'm gonna try getting these endings aligned. So, thank you everybody for watching this video. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you all next time. Mikhail!
Okay.